MS Dhoni has retired from Indian cricket team. It is so sad for the fans of Dhoni. Here is one of the fan has revealed his emotion. MS Dhoni's diehard fan Ram Babu got emotional on former Indian cricket captain's retirement from international cricket. It is very shocking news for me and also has discussed. I just want to say that no one will ever forget Dhoni. That's really true. I have always watched all his matches. I think he should have got a farewell match of his retirement, said Ram Babu.
मैं उनका एक छोटा सा डाई फ़ैन हूँ और मैं हमेशा ही उनको चीयर करता हूँ और धोनी सर का नाम लिख के हमेशा स्टेडियम में मौजूद रहता हूँ और जहाँ भी मैच होता है वहाँ मैं पहुँचता हूँ। बट इस टाइम मैं धोनी सर के पास नहीं हूँ क्योंकि उनका एक रिटायरमेंट जो क्या उन्होंने आज ही डिसीजन दिया है और ऐसे समय पे दिया है, ना तो कोई मैच है ना कोई सेलिब्रेशन है। एक उनको ये सम्मान मिलना चाहिए था रिटायरमेंट का, मैच मिलना चाहिए था, बहुत प्यार मिलता था स्टेडियम में जाके। सब यही कहते थे धोनी लुक लाइक कोई आया है उनकी तरह हेयर स्टाइल रखे हैं। और मैं मैच देख रहा हूँ और सामने महेंद्र सिंह धोनी जी खेल रहे हैं तो बहुत ही अच्छा लगता था उनको चीयर करना और पूरी टीम को चीयर करना। तो वो लम्हे अब दोबारा नहीं वापस आएंगे क्योंकि इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में शायद उनकी अब मुश्किल है वापसी होगी। बस उनका बस एक ही फॉर्मेट रह गया है, वो आईपीएल। अब वो आईपीएल मैच भी अभी थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, वहाँ पे दुबई में होगा और देखते हैं क्या होता है। मैं चाहूँगा मैं जाऊँ देखने के लिए और कोशिश मेरी रहेगी कि उनका जो मैच हो, जो भी मैच में खेलें, मैं वहाँ रहूँ और जाके उनको चीयर करूँ। बस यही कहना चाहूँगा, जब तक सूरज चांद रहेगा धोनी सर का नाम रहेगा। भारत माता की जय। धोनी धोनी धोनी। लव यू धोनी।
Running mate of United States Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden and California Senator Kamala Harris shared a story of her mother's journey to California from Chennai, Madras. She said that her mother Shyamala stepped off plane in California as 19 years old. She didn't have in way to belonging, but she carried with her lesson from home, including ones she had learned from her parents, said by Harris. She's everyone saying that to support her this time in the elections, and also the election is going to be held on 3rd November.
To the people of India and to Indian Americans all across the United States, I want to wish you a happy Indian Independence Day. On August 15, 1947, men and women all over India rejoiced in the declaration of the independence of the country of India. Today, on August 15, 2020, I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. When my mother, Shyamala, stepped off the plane in California at 19 years old, she didn't have much in the way of belongings. But she carried with her lessons from back home, including ones she'd learned from her parents, my grandmother, Rajam, and her father, my grandfather, P.V. Gopalan. They taught her that when you see injustice in the world, you have an obligation to do something about it, which is what inspired my mother to march and shout on the streets of Oakland at the height of the Civil Rights Movement, a movement whose leaders, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., were themselves inspired by the nonviolent activism of Mahatma Gandhi. And it was during those protests that my mother met my father. And the rest, as they say, is history. Growing up, my mother would take my sister, Maya, and me back to what was then called Madras, because she wanted us to understand where she had come from and where we had ancestry. And of course, she always wanted to instill in us a love of good idli. In Madras, I would go on long walks with my grandfather, who at that point was retired. And we'd take morning walks where I'd hold his hand and he would tell me about the heroes who were responsible for the birth of the world's biggest democracy.
United States President Donald Trump said that Postmaster General Lewis was trying to streamline the United States Postal Services and make it great again, defending the man at the center of escalating scandal over allegation of electoral interference. The presidential election is going to be held on 3rd November. COVID cases continue to climb in country. A spike of 63,489 cases and 944 deaths were reported in India in the last 24 hours. The COVID-19 tally in the country rose to 25,89,682, including 6,77,444 active cases, 18,62,258 discharged, and 49,980 deaths. 2,93,09,703 samples were tested up to August 15. Of these, 7,46,608 samples were tested in the country yesterday. This is the cases which is drastically increasing in the India, and there is no update about vaccine.